Have him go sit in section 241 for a while and look down.
Yep. There it is. And those people would show up every time to be in 241. Though it is a little bit farther away from the court than we are, for instance.
From up there, Brian Williams, 6'10", 300, looks like Melvin Goins, 5'10", 200. But it doesn't matter. You're in the building, and you got your face painted blue, and you're part of the most passionate fan base of all of college basketball.
They come early and stay late. It's a day-long thing when we come to Rupp Arena in Lexington. They start showing up about 8 hours before game time. Guys out there in the corners with the I need and I got ticket signs. They start about the day before. They come in here on Monday for a Tuesday game.
That's a good point.
Harris has been a non-factor tonight, and he just threw it away again. Now Deron Lamb on a run. Well, he's fouled underneath by Josh Bone.
Tobias Harris is getting a lesson on the road right now in conference play, and he's been terrific. And I love this young man. He's all about business. That's his nickname, all business. But so far in this game, he's had turnovers. He's thrown it to the wrong colored jersey. He's gotten double teamed. He hasn't used his elbows legally like you watch him on film. Normally he does. He is just completely out of this ball game.
And he was heavily recruited, as I mentioned earlier, by Kentucky. He's got 7 double-doubles already this year. He's averaging 15 points and almost 8 rebounds a game, and tonight just not there. He hit a 3-pointer in the opening, I'd say, minute of the game, and that's about it.
I look at the top 5 freshmen right now in college basketball. Jared Sullinger, Terrence Jones, Brandon Knight, this kid Tobias Harris, and I go with Aaron Craft at Ohio State. They're not undefeated, and they're not a legitimate national championship contender without the play of that young man, Aaron Craft.
Hobson pushed way out on top by Liggins defensively. Nice job by DeAndre Liggins on defense. He's got the crowd into it for his play.
And now they got to go make a play, and that's not their strength, Tennessee.
8 on the shot clock. And a book and a foul on Brandon Knight. And that's 3 on Brandon Knight.
Right, when you're on the road, you want to pound this thing inside. Look what Tennessee has. Boom, they got him right there. You got room over the top. It's been cleared out, and they turn him down. Brian Williams, again, needs to keep demanding that basketball, but that's how Tennessee can get back in this ball game. Over the next 12-18, Brian Williams has to embarrass his teammates on the perimeter if they're not throwing it to him.
They got it to Harris down low. He'll bring it back. Bone for 3. Got it. Josh Bone, second 3-pointer of the night. We're at the 12-minute mark, 52-37, Kentucky. Backdoor cut by Lamb. And that was almost interfered with underneath by Miller. Harris finally comes up with the ball. That was a good-looking play. Just didn't fall. And now Hobson's fouled by Liggins on the other end. 11:46 remaining. Kentucky very much in command. A 15-point lead. Scotty Hobson will go to the free throw line for Tennessee when we come to the shoot-around today. He said it's the first time I've ever had an injured ankle in my entire life, and I'm still dealing with it. You know, he's dealing with it pretty well right now. Shipman's got more on that, I think, as the ball's out of bounds to Kentucky.
Yeah, guys, I spoke with Scotty Hobson about that ankle today at shoot-around. He told me the pain is right around a 4. Pretty good for just injuring it last week and not even being able to put pressure on it for at least 24 hours. He does not have a brace on that left ankle. He doesn't like the way it constricts him, so he does have some adhesive tape. They call it moleskin. That's about it. A lot of ice, a lot of range of motion stuff to rehab. He did tell me, though, that if he got in the game, he would want to play 40 minutes.
Scotty's doing a little lobbying right now, as is Brian Williams. Mark Whitehead, one of our officials. That's going to matter, but what has matters is they've fought back twice in this game now. They were buried in the first half. They were down 19 at one point. They got it back to 35-28 at halftime, and then they got it as close as 5, got down 18 again, and here it is down to 10. So they keep hanging around.
You know, I talked in the open about the passion and the conviction that Bruce Pearl talks about or speaks with in the huddle. It's very evident to me the last huddle I went over there. Just looking at Tobias Harris in the eyes, saying, I believe in you. I want you to go make a play. Telling his guys at the end of the huddle, hey, we're okay. We're okay. And that's the importance of this guy being on the sidelines. Brad, the passion the energy, the positive things that he brings to that team right now is very evident. Calipari's great at it too. This guy right now has his team feeling good about it down 10.
Trying to steal the inbounds play as Kentucky tried to sneak a pass into Brandon Knight. This time they lob it into Jones. 10.5 to play. Kentucky by 10.
Kentucky's so good at getting isolations. This part of the game, Calipari gets the ball where he wants it, and there it is.
Jones came up short, got his own miss, missed again, and now Harrelson. There's your #1 offensive rebounder in the conference, tipping in a double miss by Jones.
Kentucky's 5-man, Brad, under Calipari, so good at getting opposite of where the ball is. Puts them not only in catching positions, but in outstanding offensive rebound position.
Here's what, Josh Harrelson's had a heck of a night, 12 points. He's not a big scorer, but tonight, double digits. And he's come up with some big plays off Kentucky missed shots. Josh Bone forgot to take the ball with him and then threw it away. Knight over to Miller. Now they get it into the big guy and they move the ball around well. Looked like they were going to take a couple quick shots, and wisely the young guys backed out and said, wait a minute, we got a 12-point lead. Let's use some clock.
Yeah, now Kentucky can either score early or score late in their possessions.
10 to shoot for the Wildcats. Knight draws a double team. Harrelson's open, wide open, didn't take it. Knight will with 1 to go and rimmed it out. Harrelson again. Offensive glass. That was almost like a pick and roll. It just worked out that way.
Yeah. The discipline of Harrelson and the recognition to know where the shot clock was, and he could have a handoff play still for a cleaner three-point look. Outstanding.
Josh Harrelson, 14 points, 6 rebounds. Harris forces a baseline jumper, and Miller's got the rebound. Here goes Kentucky now running out in front again. Every time Tennessee pushes it and gets it close, the Wildcats have had an answer.
This is as active of a game I've seen from 55 in White in a long time. He's moving around the floor on different spots to be screeners, and then he's attacking off of rim runs when the shot does go.
You know what it's a little bit like? It's like a fullback in football. You got to give him a little sugar once in a while.
Yeah.
Knight off the glass. What a shot by Brandon Knight. Way up on the window to get it over the outstretched arms of the Tennessee defense.
And he worked off of an on-ball screen by Josh Harrelson again.
Skylar McBee gave up a three-pointer. Tennessee trying to regroup, but time is of the essence. They're down 16. Goins for 3, and he got it. Melvin Goins, not a big three-point shooter, but he's got 2 tonight. And that temporarily silences the Rupp Arena crowd.
Look at Kentucky with an RPI of 11. They've won at Louisville. They've beaten Notre Dame, 2 teams that are hot right now in the Big East. Tennessee's taken down Pittsburgh and Villanova out of that league. Tennessee with an RPI of 21, 2 very good ball clubs right now in Rupp.
Knight again going all the way on the baseline. Fouled. En route. Brandon Knight doing it from the outside, and in this case, finding a way to get around to the inside. The rebounding margin. Kentucky's done a great job tonight on the offensive glass, especially with Josh Harrelson, who's getting a breather right now, but he's had one of his best games of the year. 14 points, 6 rebounds, 4 of them offensively.
Kentucky over 50% in this ball game of the offensive rebounds that they're getting, that are available to them. And that's a beautiful number. That's usually the area that Tennessee dominates. They're the best in the SEC, and Kentucky has answered that challenge.
Brandon Knight left one out there on the 1-and-1, missed the front end. Here's a pull up by Tatum. Rebound kept alive by Goins.
And most coaches are happy if they can rebound 30 to 35% of their misses. Kentucky over 50% in this game against a good rebounding club from Knoxville.
Here's Goins. Let his man fly by, and now he's going to penetrate. Missed the shot. Williams trying to battle for the rebound. Let's see. Out of bounds to Tennessee. It is. As Vargas had his hands on the ball but couldn't keep from slipping out for the baseline. Harrelson comes right back in. They know that Brian Williams can be a force if Harrelson's not in there. Tatum rejected by Jones. Another block shot by Terrence Jones. It's his third of the night. It remains a 13-point game as we approach 6 minutes.
Kentucky has not used a lot of side pick and roll. There's one in this game because Tennessee will down it. Kentucky's kept that ball in the middle third of the floor for a large portion of it.
Liggins a kick out. Here's baseline jumper by Miller. Big pile up, and the ball comes to Terrence Jones. Seems like Kentucky's been in the right place on a lot of those tonight.
It's been a grinded out game. Look at the score. Kentucky's going to maybe end up playing in the 60s, but they're going to also have a great chance to win this game, and that's something that John Calipari
being harassed by DeAndre Liggins again and almost threw it away. In fact, that's going to be a foul on Miller. Almost a turnover.
Boy, Kentucky with their version of mother-in-law defense, huh? Constant harassment, constant pressure right now, like John Calipari's guys.
5:09 remaining in a 15-point game. Time's running out on the Volunteers.
That's offensive, yeah. Maybe intentional.
Liggins hit the deck hard.
Watch Scotty Hopson. He tries a Reggie Miller move to go under the basket. You know, he almost extended his arms out now. That's a Reggie Miller move. Run your guy under the basket and then pop back out to the same side. And DeAndre Liggins, one of the best defenders out, and compare them with the perimeter that Jordan Williams plays with at Maryland. Derek Williams plays with at Arizona. Juwan Johnson, who does he get to play with at Purdue? Not the same level of perimeter that those four guys and those four teams have.
Liggins straight away with 4 on the shot clock. Knocks down a triple.
Right, you know why Josh Harrelson has produced in this ball game? He's played with a high IQ. This is the big number 55 down there on the baseline. He has stayed away from the basketball, either in the half court or the full court. He gets opposite the ball. He gets on the opposite side of the rim, and it's paid off for Big 55 tonight, time and time and time again.
Liggins from long range to tie a career high with 19. And then the guy Jimmy just talked about, big number 55 going to the rack. 67-54. In the middle of that huddle is the biggest guy on the Kentucky team. 6'10", 275-pound senior Josh Harrelson out of St. Charles, Missouri. And what a night he's put together underneath with the offensive rebounds. The lob pass from Knight. 16 points tonight to go with a bushel of rebounds again on the offensive glass. Cleaning up for teammates' misses. One of those kind of nights. Handed it off on the kick out tonight, and then Miller gets it to him underneath. Bounds, getting to the free throw line and keeping the pressure on a physical team by out-physicaling them, and I think they did. They did it well enough that it's 73-61, and it was all Kentucky tonight. They go to 17-6, 5-4 in the conference. Volunteers fall to 15-9, also 5-4 in conference.